We sometimes take it for granted, but if the worst happens, we need to be prepared. But that can be costly.
I pay a month, $181.
It's $200 a month for full coverage.
So our Five on Your Side consumer team hit the turf and the net asking if you wanted to lower your car insurance rate.
Too high. They should bring it down.
We found 3 drivers, different ages, different zip codes, different driving records. College student Evan is still on her family's plan, but insuring her and her brother costs $325 a month.
This is a 2006.
Retiree Connie and her husband pay just $42 a month.
Yeah, I love this vehicle.
And single professional Arnold, $125. So we gave them all a worksheet and a challenge. Call 5 of the leading car insurance providers and get quotes for coverage to lower their rate.
To compare apples to apples, I actually pulled our policy and read off every bit of coverage we had.
And that's the first tip from the Ohio Department of Insurance if you want to pay less for your car insurance.
You'll be surprised how much money you can save just by shopping around.
Jared Dunbar says if your rate is still too high, raise your deductible. And the third step, drop your comp and collision. You don't need it if your deductible is worth more than your car.
If you have an old clunker that's not even worth $300, there's no point in having that type of comprehensive collision insurance.
But Dunbar cautions, don't undervalue your liability insurance. It's needed to cover you if you injure someone.
One accident, you could spend the rest of your life paying for it.
But could our test save cash without giving up coverage?
Everyone says, call us, we'll be sure to match or do better.
No other company could beat State Farm's rate for Connie. Her 30-year relationship and combined discounts has her staying put. But Arnold is not.
Doing the research, I realized that it was too high.
His current provider, Geico, fell right in the middle of the pack. His quotes range from $99 to $199 a month.
My lowest was Nationwide.
Switching to Nationwide would save him more than $300 a year. But our youngest driver found the biggest deal.
My most expensive ended up being Nationwide. For 1 month, it was about $172.
Geico offered Evan the same coverage for just $104 a month, saving her father more than $1,000 a year.
The numbers are really different, so it really is beneficial to look around.
Neither Evan nor Arnold had ever shopped around for car insurance before.
Thank you for calling Geico.
But just a few minutes on the phone saved them hundreds. And it will likely do the same for you. There's also some other things you can do to lower your rate. Things like get an alarm system for your car, take a defensive driving course, or if you're a student, improve your grades. But you need to talk to your insurance provider. We've got some more tips on our website at newsnet5.com. On your side, I'm Joy Benedict, News Channel 5. 'Tis the season for big trees, big bellies.
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas.
And even bigger shopping bags. But once the spending spree ends, many of us end up here to spend even more.
I do ship some things, yeah. I have a sister who's stationed in Alaska.
But the U.S. Post Office doesn't have to be your shipping selection. So with so many options, we decided to conduct an on-your-side cross-country test to make sure you get the most distance for your dough. Our first test is for weight, so we headed to Target to find some heavy goodies.
Want to get 4 of these?
We loaded up our cart with candles, candy,
Heavier than the M&Ms.
and chunky soup.
Hearty bean and ham, 19 ounces.
After checking out, we packed up our boxes to be shipped 4 separate ways. And while we were busy packing, our sister station in the desert, ABC 15 in Phoenix, was doing the same thing, but they were sending us glassware to see if it would survive the trip. We both went to the same 3 stores, UPS, FedEx, and the U.S. Post Office. And since we were shipping for weight, we picked up a Priority Mail flat rate box, too.
This year it's great value because if it fits, it ships.
The post office is really pushing flat rate as the smartest option. With 4 size choices, you'll pay anywhere from $4.95 to $13.95, and you can stuff up to 70 pounds inside.
That includes Alaska, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Guam, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Our medium-sized flat rate box shipped Priority Mail for $10.35 and promised 2-day delivery. Our store-bought box was about the same weight, 8 pounds 9 ounces, but sending it Priority Mail would have cost us $23.60.
So I'm going to send it 7-day parcel post for $14.47.
UPS Ground cost us $12.74 and FedEx Ground $11.46.
Ooh,
a box.
Our flat rate priority mail box arrived right on time in Phoenix just 2 days later. Our other 3 more expensive boxes to ship took 4 days. As for the glasses, the boxes looked a little smashed, but our cups didn't crack. So here's how our test turned out. If you include the price of the buy-it-yourself box and tracking, which is free at FedEx and UPS, our parcel post option was the most expensive, followed by UPS and FedEx, making our fastest choice, the post office flat rate box, the cheapest at just $11.05. And those shipping at the post office weren't surprised.
Those boxes, priority, stuff it all in there for just that little money, that's great.
But the flat rate box is not always your cheapest option. If you're mailing something under 3 pounds or somewhere right here in Ohio, you're better off buying your own box. For more tips and our results, log on to our website at newsnet5.com. On your side, I'm Joy Benedict, News Channel 5. When you're thirsty, the choices seem endless. A quick scan of the cooler, a selection.
Aquafina is $139.
And before you gulp, you've shelled out big bucks for water. Ever stop and ask why?
Because it's convenient.
At John Carroll University, every student seemed to carry a different brand of aqua.
Fiji, Evian.
So we bought 5 different types of bottled water, ranging in price from $1.39 to $1.79, and took them to John Carroll chemist Dr. Michael Nichols to find out if they were worth the money.
They can vary in the amount of sodium or potassium or chloride.
He says all water is going to have different minerals based on how it was treated and where it came from.
As water percolates through the soil and comes in contact with limestone, it will have a lot of dissolved calcium and magnesium in it.
Fiji and Evian, 2 of our higher priced waters, are expected to be higher in minerals or harder because they come from natural waterways. And Smart Water, another expensive option, claims to be fortified with electrolytes.
This is an atomic absorption spectrophotometer.
Dr. Nichols put our 5 bottled brands through 2 tests, and for perspective, we added some Cleveland tap water from a nearby drinking fountain. After our water samples were evaporated by flames, sucked through straws and columns, Dr. Nichols got our results, the amounts of 9 minerals hidden in our bottled water.
Probably the only surprise that I saw was that Aquafina.
That's because Aquafina shows almost no traces of minerals at all, meaning it's almost distilled. Other off-the-chart results came from Fiji with 17 milligrams of sodium per liter and Evian with 87 milligrams of calcium. As for our Smart Water, it may not be your smartest choice for electrolytes, says Cleveland Clinic dietitian Amy Jamison.
The big ones that we talk a lot about are sodium, potassium, calcium, chloride.
Smart Water had no sodium and 8 times less calcium than our tap water. In fact, Cleveland's water had more electrolytes than Smart Water, Dasani, and Aquafina, and it's practically free. But Amy's quick to point out,
what people might not realize is that you can get all the electrolytes that you need from a good, healthy diet.
So although she says buy whatever water you'll drink, don't buy into the hype. Because at the end of the day, water is water, and that knowledge alone can save you money. We have the complete results from our water test on our website at newsnet5.com, so you too can drink smart. On your side, Joy Benedict, News Channel 5.